Good Thursday morning, everybody. Woo.
It's the day.
It's the day. Hey, do you have any guesses who our guest co-host is today?
I can't guess because I know this one. I will give you a hint.
She's also sitting right here.
Also, the color of my pants and my bracelet, I don't think she really likes.
Oh, the orange.
Who is it?
The orange.
Who is it?
Let's
The
reveal.
orange. Here we go. Ready?
Today, our guest co-host is University of Toledo women's basketball coach Ginny Boggess.
Thanks for having me.
Thanks
Good
for being here
morning.
today.
So excited.
Yay! So first of all, you all just had your first scrimmage, or
Yeah, we had
played
a
last
scrimmage and an exhibition last night in Savage against Saginaw Valley, and it was great. It was great to see the fans out. It was great to see all of our new players in their new roles, and putting on that jersey for the first time in Savage Arena has a very, very special meaning, and I think it'll be a memory that they all cherish.
Yes, and you kick off, or I should say, not kick, tip off. For a new season starts Monday, right?
Monday, it's
Yeah.
coming so fast. When we have our first practice, it feels like an eternity before the first game, but it just goes so quickly, and they're working extremely hard. I really like this group. I like them as people, but I really like our potential as a team. We're learning to play together. We're learning a new system, and they're having a really good time, which is the most important thing.
Good. So this is your second season.
Yeah.
Here with the
That's
team.
awesome.
Tell us a little bit about how last season went and what you're looking forward to this season.
Sure. No, last season was really, truly, in my opinion, all about a couple things. Instilling our culture, implementing our style of play, and then making sure our 6 seniors had the best senior year they could have. And so, when you think about a transition like a coaching change, the players didn't ask for that. So they're the recipient of all of this change that they didn't ask for. They didn't choose this. But I think if you look back, they would tell you that it ended up being an incredible year. All of those seniors stepped into really new roles. They led for us at an elite level. We competed like the champions that University of Toledo women's basketball have always been, on and off the field, on and off the court. And I think, again, they really mentored those young guys to take the torch, and now we just keep going.
All right, so looking forward to
amazing.
another great year. Yeah, I got my midnight blue and gold on today. Look at you, Miss Halloween, but
It's Halloween for today.
it's not.
It's Halloween.
It's not
for me.
Tennessee.
No,
whatever.
It's not. Now, Coach, you've been kind of all over the place as far as head coach and also assistant coach.
Yes.
What are some other teams that you've coached?
Well, I started out down in Atlanta as a graduate assistant at Kennesaw State University, and then it's a long list, but I went to Hofstra from there, Jacksonville University, then Columbia University, which is where I would say that my career really started to take off. That was about 10 years in. Then I spent 5 years at Marquette University under Carolyn Keeger, where we had 3 Big East championships, a lot of success there. She took the Penn State job, so I went with her there. We were there for a couple years during COVID, which was, really, really challenging, rebuilding a Big Ten program during COVID. I learned a lot at every stop, but certainly Marquette and Penn State, being at that next level. And then I was given the opportunity to be at Monmouth, had some successes there, and then Brian Blair called.
And here you go. Brian Blair called. You know what happens when he calls. You got to take that phone call, right?
Brian.
Yes, you can't. So I'm guessing basketball has always been one of your favorite things?
I just became obsessed with it. We moved when I was 7 to a little rural town in Lincoln County, West Virginia, and it was in May. I didn't have any friends, and summer's coming, right? And so we had a hoop in our yard, and I played all the time. I literally shot, you hear people talk about playing the guitar till your fingers bleed. I shot basketball until my fingers bled with that rubber ball out there. I loved it so much, and then, started to, again, have some success with it and compete at a higher and higher level, and it's been such a gift to me. The best people in my life, I've gone all over the world, and I've learned so much and grown so much. So now we get to pay it forward to these young women that I get to coach.
Yeah. What do you think basketball has taught you as a person, as a human, all around?
Oh my gosh, I'm such a growth mindset person because of the game. You can never attain perfection in basketball.
Yeah.
You're not going to shoot 100% or have. We probably average somewhere between 68 and 82 possessions a game. It can fluctuate depending on the style and the opponent, but you're never going to have 80 perfect possessions on offense or defense. And so that growth mindset of continuing to get better, hopefully is contagious to our players. I think they're like-minded. I think that's one of the reasons they chose me as their leader and chose Toledo. That growth mindset and that pursuit of the unattainable perfection. And look at that kid.
I love that.
So
Oh,
was that
look at
softball
that.
too, or
Softball.
and cheerleading?
I was a cheerleader until 8th grade. All my best friends were cheerleaders.
Yeah.
So you were a catcher in softball.
Yes, my dad would look at that. My dad wouldn't stop taking pictures, and so I just blew a bubble. That was me. I was kind of a little stinker.
I like that though. I was a pitcher until I was probably about 12, but I loved it.
I love softball. I love being dirty. I love being outside.
Yeah.
I was just a tomboy. I was just a kid's kid, and again, being in Lincoln County, West Virginia, there wasn't a lot going on. So we played a bunch of sports. We
Get some bubble gum
we
right
were
now.
four-wheeling. We were, my dad would say, ripping up the roads. Just being kids.
Just being kids.
I wouldn't trade my raise for the world.
Yeah,
great.
yeah, so much fun, and just to be kids being kids. I love that because sometimes I feel like nowadays the kids don't have that opportunity as much anymore. Very cool. How have you liked Toledo so far? What are some of your favorite spots? What do you like to do?
Oh gosh, I love to be at home.
Yeah.
Yeah, we
Because
have
you travel so
traveling a
much.
lot.
Sure, we have just such a wonderful home, and I'm so grateful for that, for my wife, Kristen, and my dad also lives here in Toledo, Pennsylvania, right down the road from us. So, grilling out back, hanging out with the dogs, walking around the neighborhood, some beautiful parks that we've been able to explore, which we've really, really enjoyed. But a nice dinner every now and then. And other than that, I'm just a pretty simple person.
Okay.
I love the ease of the city. I love how welcoming and warm everyone is. Probably my favorite thing is the marriage between the city and the university and how we get to show up for one another and we get to engage and support one another. And, just as recent as this past week, we had our tip-off dinner, and one of our local business owners was like, hey, you should have asked me for more. I would have done this, this, and this. And I was like, oh my gosh, you do so much. I didn't want to ask. And she said, let me show up for you.
Oh,
And that's Toledo.
community,
That's
yeah.
community, and that's what I've been blown away by. And so there's so many examples of that since I've arrived.
Well, good. I'm
love
glad
that.
you feel welcome and at home here. You said dogs.
2 little guys.
Little guys.
Sophia is 16.
Oh, wow.
A Brussels Griffin. I should have given you guys pictures of
Yes.
them. And then Milo, he's a rescue, a Chihuahua wiener. We call him a Chiweenie. He's 12 and a half. And so
wow.
they're getting up there, and they've slowed down a little, but we just love them.
Little
Wow.
They change your life,
They
don't
do. Yeah, just ask. This one's got a dog and a cat. Got the dog. Yeah, so we animal people around
yeah,
here.
absolutely.
Well, we are just getting started here this hour. We want to get a check of that forecast. So did you get rained on the way in this
A
morning?
little bit of a sprinkle coming down from Sylvania, but I think we need the rain right now.
Do we still? Yeah.
We still need the rain.
That
yeah.
whole drought
So
thing.